My name is Michael Martin, and I am the head of the Citizenship by Investment Unit for St. Kitts and Nevis. And I have been involved in citizenship by investment for quite some time. In fact, I used to be, before taking up this assignment, an authorized agent. And so I used to be on the other side of the business, and now I'm on the regulatory side. So, and I took this position in December last year. So that's why I'm here speaking to you now.
St. Kitts and Nevis created waves in the investment migration industry recently. Could you provide an overview of the key changes introduced in the new legislation for the CBI program? What are the new changes in the CBI program that you would like your potential clients to know about?
Well, Ngozi, our country has always been at the forefront of innovation in this industry. And as a new administration, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has done some really deep introspection on how we evolve and communicate the value of our offering as a country. This has led us to making several important changes to our citizenship by investment program, which, while not having the change the face of our CBI program, but will also change the shape of the investment migration industry as a whole. We have one of the strongest economies in the Caribbean, with business policies designed to foster growth, a great quality of life, and all of which make a favorable base to set up a family or business. So the changes we made are aligned with the fact that it is truly a privilege to hold Kittitian and Nevisian citizenship. And we want to attract investors who understand and value that. For example, we have transformed our contribution offer, which we now call the Sustainable Island State Contribution, which replaces the previous Sustainable Growth Fund with contributions starting from 250,000 US dollars for a single applicant. Investors contributing towards this option will be advancing their new country, their new home, St. Kitts and Nevis, into a sustainable island state. And our real estate option is back at the initial minimum investment value of 400,000 US dollars. We have also tightened the real estate rules for developers so that investors receive true value for their investment. We also have the approved public benefit projects that start at US $250,000. These projects are designed to maximize local employment, transfer technology, and build local capacity in the island through sustainable developments. So you see, there's a thread running through there, a thread of sustainability in all of our options. Investors aged 16 years and older are now required to have a mandatory interview, either virtually or in person, at a location specified by my unit and approved by our Board of Governors. Once an application has been approved, the certificate of registration must be collected in person in St. Kitts and Nevis or at an embassy or consulate specified by us. Our Board of Governors regulate all authorized agents and international marketing agents who must have their businesses registered under the laws of St. Kitts and Nevis. So we have reconfigured the program, looking at increasing the value for the investor and the country. And we have really tightened up our security controls, as you can see, to ensure that investors and our international stakeholders remain confident in our program.
Thanks for your reply, Mr. Martin. Okay, so I was asking, what are the driving factors behind the decision to implement these changes to the CBI program?
Well, the driving factors behind this decision is really the main driving factor is to return the program to its being one of integrity, accountability, and transparency. As you might be aware, it's the oldest program in the world, having started in 1984. And so we wanted, as it were, to get back to basics and to attract the kind of investor who wants to be part of our development in the development of the country and the development of the people. So those were some of the main driving forces behind these changes.
Okay, thank you. And how have you the program taken measures to prevent misuse or abuse of the CBI program?
Well, one of the things that we have done is to introduce the mandatory interview. And all applicants, all main applicants, must take this mandatory interview as part of the due diligence process prior to approval in principle. We have also tightened the scope of eligibility of certain dependents who can be included in the application. The enactment into law of an official list of nationalities who are ineligible to apply for our program, that has also been done. And we have also implemented advertising restrictions for the program and the penalties for agents or promoters who act in breach of these restrictions. We have tightened the registration and licensing requirements for authorized agents and licensed promoters, our international marketing agents. And we have extended the processing time to facilitate the additional time required for conducting the mandatory interviews as part of the due diligence program. And in addition to that, there is also a requirement for in-person collection of the certificates of naturalization and the passports.
All right, thank you very much for that. Okay, I'm just curious, how long does it take for the background checks to be done, the processing, and before one finally gets into the program, or gets the citizenship? What's the timeline? Sorry, so that our audience can have an idea.
Our projected timeline is 120 days.
Okay. Okay, that's quick enough. Okay, all right. Okay, so how do you anticipate these legislative updates will positively impact the economy and the development of St. Kitts and Nevis?
Well, what these new regulations are designed to do, they are designed to attract investors who want to engage and invest sustainably in the development of the country and of the people. And of course, that would redound to the benefit of the economy in general and to individuals and investors in particular. So these regulations are designed to ensure that there is a legislative environment in which those types of investors can operate and feel confident that they are making a positive contribution to the country.
All right, thank you. I'm curious though, how many, do you have an idea of how many Nigerians, like roughly, since the program started, have been part of CBI?
I can't tell you the exact number, but what I do know is that we have had strong representation in the program from Nigeria. And we have always had a very good relationship with Nigeria and Nigerians. In fact, we have quite a number of Nigerians studying here at our universities. So there is a strong relationship between us and Nigeria. And I foresee that it's going to grow from strength to strength.
Yes, I agree. Okay, thank you for that. How has the feedback from stakeholders, both within St. Kitts and Nevis and from the international community, influenced the formulation of these legislations? But is this something you've answered already?
Well, no, but I can elaborate on it. As you know, the investor migration industry has been under heavy scrutiny in the last few years. As a government, we have been proactive to respond to the inquiries of our international partners. St. Kitts and Nevis was proud to host in February 2023, that's this year, the roundtable discussion between ourselves, government representatives of the 5 Caribbean CBI nations, and the United States government. The United States has acknowledged that CBI revenues are invaluable for funding major infrastructural and development projects and for building resilience in the Caribbean. So in an effort to be collaborative, we have mutually agreed on 6 principles which all Caribbean citizenship by investment programs will implement to enhance and safeguard the security and integrity of the CBI programs. In addition to that, at the recent European Union CELAC summit in Brussels in July, we participated in deliberations alongside our other Caribbean partners and the European Union to discuss the EU's concerns and concerns which we consider to be legitimate concerns and recommendations for the sustainability of the CBI programs. At the end of the day, we believe that a collaborative approach is the best way to ensure that we come out with win-win solutions. It's not a case of them against us or us against them. So these conversations are ongoing, and we are doing everything possible to clamp down on illicit persons who want to use our investment migration program for illegal purposes.
That's really important. Yes, thank you. So I think, can you provide a timeline for the implementation of the new legislation and when applicants can expect to see the changes take effect?
The new regulations came into effect on the 27th of July with immediate effect. So new CBI applicants who apply after this date will be subject to the new eligibility, pricing, and interview requirements.
Okay. That's great. Thank you. How will governments ensure that the benefits of this program continue to contribute to sustainable development and prosperity for the nation?
Well, over the years, the CBI program has benefited the country immensely in terms of infrastructural development, developments in education, developments in medical facilities, and other developments that redound to the benefit of the people. The new administration is committed to ensuring that trend continues and that CBI funds are used in a sustainable way for the development of the country and the people.
Okay. Oh, nice. Thank you. Any ongoing initiatives or future plans that aims to enhance the program beyond the current legislative updates?
Well, we are always looking at ways to evolve, improve, enhance the program. And so it's an ongoing exercise. While there are no immediate plans for any new initiatives, because it is an ongoing exercise, we will be looking at our program, monitoring it continually, and looking at it for ways in which we can always make improvements and enhancements. So that is our approach to the program. It's a continuing exercise, and we aim to ensure that our program is maintained as one of which we can be proud, and a program which attracts people who would be proud to be called a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, all right, thanks. So lastly, what message would you like to convey to prospective applicants who are considering applying for this program under the new legislative framework?
Well, what I would like to say to prospective applicants is that St. Kitts and Nevis is open for business. We welcome investors who want to be part of the development of the country and of the people, investors who want to engage in a positive, sustainable way, and who also would have the privilege of obtaining citizenship of St. Kitts and Nevis. The citizenship of St. Kitts and Nevis is indeed a privilege, and that is why we have made these new regulations to ensure that it continues to be that way. And so we welcome new applicants, discerning applicants who want to be part of St. Kitts and Nevis and who want to be called citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis.
All right, thank you. I just thought of one question now. What other countries would a St. Kitts and Nevis passport holder be able to travel to or be able to move around freely to?
A St. Kitts and Nevis passport holder has access to the world, and that is also a distinct benefit of having that privilege of being a St. Kitts and Nevis citizen.
Thank you. I think we're done. We're done. I think you said a lot that can convince any potential applicants to want to give this a try. Like I said earlier, I believe a lot of Nigerians are interested in relocation, immigration, getting new citizenships and all of that. So I believe this would influence them and motivate them. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think you said all. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.